Shared consciousness. I'm going to share with you a story to outline this. It's kind of crazy. So in Japan, they were doing this experiment. There are like these two islands and they have monkeys, same species of monkeys, and they're separated by sea, right? So on one of the islands, they started dropping these potatoes on one of the monkeys. And eventually, after they dropped enough, one of the monkeys figured out, if you grab the potato, you take it to the beach, if you wash off the dirt, you can eat the potato. Now, what the Japanese scientists were shocked by was what came next. Because after a number of monkeys learned this, the whole island learned it, and then almost instantly, the other island started doing the same thing. And their minds were blown. They're like, wait, how did an island of monkeys over there, how did they know to do that? This was the monkey that learned how to do it. How did they figure that out? So we're understanding that we do have a mind link, shared consciousness. How are we learning things? Maybe humans exhibit these things too. So it's the science is probably going to catch up to this over time. We got no idea, right? I mean, we already know, friends. There's remote viewing. We know these things. You know, they've done this experiment as well. They did it with monkeys. Again, poor monkeys. Now, this is crazy. So it's the monkeys. What they did is they had like this, imagine like 10 rooms, concrete wall. Okay, in each room. Can't talk to each other. There's a monkey in each room. And in the first room, there's a monkey. The scientist goes in with a lab coat. He goes in. He gets a lighter like this, friends. He actually burns the monkey. He just burns the monkey. Now, the monkey did not know what the lighter does. The guy just puts this up. The monkey doesn't know anything. Then he approaches the monkey. He burns it. And the monkey like flips out. What the hell are you doing? Monkey! Monkey goes wild. And what they ended up finding out was, okay, later on, so remember, monkeys can't talk to each other, okay, separated by walls. They go into the next room later on, okay, and the scientist comes out. The scientist, he literally doesn't even burn the monkey yet. He just does this. He just puts the flame up. Monkey starts flipping out. It just starts going nuts. He knows it's going to get burnt. So shared consciousness again. Monkeys are even doing it. So there is something out here going on out here, which I just found fascinating to know that this happens. That's why when we learn things, we're like downloading it from a stream of consciousness. Nikola Tesla was very tapped into the universe. Albert Einstein, how was he able to get that? It's almost like seeing the Matrix code. Satoshi, remember Max Kaiser, a lot of people believe that Satoshi, they were like really tapped into the universe to be able to like download for humanity a protocol that like makes money transparent, our ledger system of how we account for value. And that was able to advance us. Because that's what it all comes down to, right? Like, I don't know, crypto just looks like a Ponzi game, but no, not really. It's a transparent ledger, so everyone can see everything. Like, basically, all the evil stuff hides in the shadows. That's another way to think about this stuff. But if you could lay it all out on the table, everyone can see. So there's more information out here for the world. That's why it makes it harder to do cheating. But cheating still does happen. But you get the point. So what do you think about that, friends? Shared consciousness. It is real. These experiments have been done. Sometimes like some mid-curvers say they don't work. No, man, we know. We all download and learn this stuff out here. It's a bit kooky, isn't it? Because like, well, how the hell does that happen? I don't know. There's some sort of aura, some sort of learning. It makes sense if you interpret it as, well, we aren't actually one brain. If all our brains are linked somewhere, in another dimension, some sort of pool, and we're all downloading from a stream, then it makes sense. It's almost like there's a big pool and there's straws coming out and they're just basically feeding us information. You know, sometimes you've got a human who's like really, really special. Like they'll be like the first to download an information. Maybe they make an invention, E equals MC squared, like I mentioned, or some sort of like fantastical cure. You know, whatever is advancing knowledge of humanity. But, you know, it's even happening out here in the animal kingdom. It just makes you think about, you know, once we start to uncover these, what else can we learn? Right? Think about this hive mind, okay? It's nuts also to think about. If you think about science changing so much, like we can't even recognize it. Like this sounds like spirituality, weird Star Trek stuff. But we know it's actually real, which is, you know, friends, like they've done this test. There's a guy named, I think his name is Uri Geller. Uri Geller, friends, this guy, if you have ever watched, I forgot that gentleman who debunked him. I forgot his name, James, whatever, rest in peace. He's like a debunker. So this guy put Uri on the show, and then Uri couldn't bend the spoon. So I remember watching it as a kid, and I'm like, oh, I think this guy's like a fraud. He couldn't do the spoon thing, and it's all fake. It turns out Uri just had like basically, I think he had a lot of pressure to be a spoon bender, a mind bender of all this stuff. But what they actually did a test with his friend. This is literally government approved test. They took him down to a deep underground lab, Uri, this guy here, and they had this like electronic computer screen, some sorts of, I'm paraphrasing. So basically, there's a computer. It spits out equal zeros and ones. So it's 50% zeros, 50% ones. Uri, just by telekinesis force focusing on it, he could get more ones to appear. So I think it was like statistically significant. I forgot the number. I think it was like 51 or 52%. So it's actually like something's happening. Now, I think other people have been able to train to do that as well. So humans can kind of train. This is like people like psychic, but it's not like maybe see how it's like, it's meant to be 50-50. Humans can get like 1%. We can like train 51-49. So you can actually affect the computer to spit out ones just by like thinking and force. Maybe that's us today. Maybe every like 200 years, we can increase it by 1%. That's like our brains getting more powerful. So you just roll that. Maybe in like 200 years, okay, we can make it 52-48. Another 200 years, 53-47. Another 200 years, right? Humanity keeps rolling it forward. And then we have like thousands of years into the future, we can actually make it hit telekinesis. It's almost like the UFOs who come and they come visit us. They've all got all have got mad telekinesis skills, and they just go pew pew pew. I am Vitalik. Pew pew pew. Pump the bags, please, sir. So yeah, it's wonderful to think that we actually can share this type of information without getting killed. I wonder what it means for the future. Catch you in the next one.